When you're 15, 16 years old, you're thinking, I want to be a jockey.
Yeah, he was a horse.
When Coulter won his first King George, I'd been 15, 16, but I wasn't really thinking like, I'm going to be a jockey, but I do get...
No, at that point you were going to be a builder, aren't you?
Hello and welcome to Inside Track, the debate, brought to you by William Hill, a brand new weekly YouTube show where we pull together four personalities from the world of racing to discuss and debate some of the big topics in the sport. And I'm delighted to be joined by professional footballer and lifelong racing fan, Charlie Austin, a man who rode a record 4,358 winners, Sir AP McCoy, and of course William Hill ambassador, and the winner of the 2011 Hennessy, Mattie Batchelor. Lads, great to have you all here with me.
Did you win the Hennessy, mate?
Yeah.
You may have mentioned it here and there. Did you?
Well, you haven't mentioned I'm
No,
also a multiple winning champion jockey, Kate. I think you're forgetting things.
No, that was coming for the next intro, but thanks for giving it away already. Of course, multiple Jersey champion jockey Mattie Batchelor as well, to give him a second plaudit. Now, guys, Christmas is upon us, so we're going to be taking a look at our holiday heroes. So I want you to rank these 5 horses in order, please. Corto Star, Desert Orchid, Hurricane Fly, Synchronized, and Binocular. So AP, you're going to have a real task on your hands here. Now, of course, we picked out these horses because they have all gone well over the Christmas period and they are notable for their achievements at this time of year. So again, whiteboards at the ready, top 5, take it away. Now, before we reveal our top 5, do remember to subscribe to William Hill Racing's YouTube channel and also hit the bell notification so you never miss an episode. Right, lads, holiday heroes, time to reveal on your whiteboards in 3, 2, 1. Corto, Desert Orchid. Right, I finally feel like I'm part of the group then where we've all agreed for the number 1. Corto, up top, Matty.
Yeah, 5 times King George winner. Should have been 6, I think. I can't remember who rode it when they put it
Just to me, Matty.
Oh, was it?
That's why he's second.
Yeah, I thought,
That's why.
He can't be that good, can he?
He put him on the floor.
I didn't actually manage to put him on the floor. I didn't go fast enough to get him on the floor.
Yeah, I just think, that's why he's at the top. Just one more than Desi, so.
Coulter Star's the best horse I ever saw in my lifetime riding. There's no question that he's the best horse that I rode against or had anything to do with. You know, to win Tingle Creeks, you know, to go on win a King George afterwards, you know, he danced every dance, so brilliant horse. The only reason why I went with Desert Orchid is because when I was a kid, I can remember being in Jim Bulger's in 1990 and thinking, watching, you know, going into a place in Kilkenny in Castlecormac called Bollard's Pub to watch the King George and thinking, God, it was this brilliant flamboyant grey that just everyone, you know, he was just brilliant to watch. And I suppose as a kid, things have an impact on your life when you think, you know, he was the one that I thought, I'd love to ride him in a King George. He's probably the one horse now that if you could ask me, I could ride any horse. And he did fall a couple of times, but he just had it. Like, he went 4 King George to win a Gold Cup going the way around, and he just captured the imagination. And I'm not saying that Coulter Star didn't. I said I'm not. That's the only reason why Coulter Star is second is because just because I got beaten him, but I suppose as a kid growing up, you have one horse has more of an impact on you than.
This is your sort of also AP, isn't he? Like, some of them jumps, synonymous with like the third last at Kempton where he just took off.
Yeah.
With the likes of
That
Woody.
flows.
Yeah. And if I look at horses now, you know, we talk about campaigns and all that and horses that are going for a Cheltenham Gold Cup and does it, you know, if you look at Desert Orchid's form before you were born, as you 1989, Charlie, the year that
Correct.
the best year ever, was it? 1989.
Party time. Party time, mate.
1989 when Charlie Austin came into the world. If you look at
The world was a better place.
That was the
until
start.
then. If you look at Desert Orchid's form in 1989, 1990. He won in Wincanton in October over 3 mile. He came back to win the Tingle Creek. He won one and got beaten one with top weight when it was a handicap. Then he ran in the King George. Then he ran the Victor Chandler. Then he ran in what was the old Racing Post Chase. Then he ran the Gold Cup. Then he either ran the Whitbread or the Irish Grand National. Do you know what I mean?
Did you get to parade him once? Did you get?
No, I never. I'm old, mate, but I didn't.
No.
I did. Obviously, he was in Kempton a few times.
Yeah.
Where we were in.
Because they say he was a nightmare to ride, don't they? Every
Really?
time. Well, they
I
say.
didn't know that.
Leicester rode him.
Leicester rode him, yeah.
Leicester might rode him in Kempton. But you know what I mean? If you look at that will never happen now. It'll never ever happen again. And I'm not living in the past and all that, but I just think Like to go from one distance to another, from handicaps to graded company.
But he wasn't he? He was the ultimate horse then. And Charlie...
When you're 15, 16 years old, you're thinking, I want to be a jockey.
Yeah, he was a horse.
When Coulter won his first King George, I'd been 15, 16, but I wasn't really thinking like, I'm going to be a jockey. But I do get...
No, at that point you were going to be a builder, weren't you?
Yeah, I was going to
build.
You did that for a bit, and I thought, that's
what,
tough.
A couple of weeks?
That's tough.
Couple of weeks?
No, 3 years. That was a tough graph. And then I
Did
thought...
you actually do it for 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years. 4 years? Yeah.
Did you?
And then I thought, do you know what?
Was you on the odd, Charlie? Was you?
Yeah, I carried the odd,
Yeah?
Tough graph, that. And then I just thought, do you know what? That's when I could enjoy Christmas. No games and that, Boxing Day, perfect. Then I signed up for this football lark and there's no Christmas.
Just ruined it.
Ruined it.
You're talking to the right people here.
So now I obviously watch
How
this
much more
on the...
glamorous your life could have been if you just stuck at the building.
All right, Water Star's number one for me.
Okay, that's good.
All right, that was it, because I put Desert Orchid not at one because I wasn't born then.
Where's he in your list?
Third, Hurricane
He's gone down
Fly.
to third.
2.
Hurricane Fly in second. Why?
Yeah. It's amazing for everything they've done. To be unbeaten there is some going.
Yeah.
To be honest, to keep turning up there and winning is some performance, to do it again and again and again. So
He was a freak of a horse, but I have controversially got him as bottom. Because we talk about holiday heroes, he was a villain for me. So that's why I'm literally taking the literal name of this subject and putting him at the bottom. Because for me, growing up watching racing, Hurricane Fly was just this menace that would come over. And I was talking about March then for the Cheltenham Festival. He was this menace of a horse that would come over to the champion hurdle, either win it or be sent off as favourite. And of course, me back in the day, my main focus was on British racing. I wasn't as in tune with the Irish racing as much as I am now. And so he was sort of this mythical creature that would just come over and kick our horses out the way. And so for me, he was an absolute menace, but I have nothing but respect for Hurricane Fly, for his achievements, as you've just said, at Leopardstown.
You have the bell to greatness, Kate.
Hence why I'm here and nodding my head every so often.
In fairness to him, he won more grade ones than any other jumper.
Yeah. Oh, phenomenal horse, completely. But for me, he was more of a villain than a hero. But that's why I have got him.
You didn't have to follow him around. Quite annoying when he used to come past you.
On the bridle. Right. AB, I want to know who you have chosen next in between Binocular and Synchronised.
Well, I went Desert Orchid, Cotto Star, and then Binocular. Only because he won a Christmas Hurl, he beat Rock on Ruby in one of them. He won 2 Christmas Hurl, he beat Rock on Ruby in one of them. And he was a champion hurdle winner. So I was quite pleased with that. And obviously Synchronised. I hadn't won the Welsh Grand National. And he won a Welsh Grand National, which was quite cool. And Hurricane Fly last, just because he did nothing whatsoever for me, only annoy me. So
again, we are talking from a personal perspective here.
No,
I'm not
to hold a grudge.
Be bitter about him. Yeah, I have a huge disliking for him. That's why he's down the bottom.
That's lovely.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
It's a lovely testament for his career. But
why would you like him? what is it to like about him? Paul Town or Ruby Walsh or Willie Mullins or the owner.
Or the owner, that's it.
Yeah.
Or the Irish to come over and dominate and kick us into touch at Cheltenham whenever he came over there.
He was a phenomenal horse.
Oh, he was completely. We've both said that, but
he deserves to be at the
pair of us. More so for you.
For annoyance as much as anything else, he deserves to be at the bottom.
Now, Binocular in third, is it fair to say he was probably part of a vintage era of 2-mile hurdlers? Would you say at that time, when the likes of Celestial Halo, Catch It, you've just said yourself, native?
Yeah, he was a good horse. He was a good horse in his day. He was a good horse today, won the champion hurdle. And I say he won the Christmas hurdle, and he was, in terms of technique and jumping, actually, like Hurricane Fly, they were, in terms of, if you want to look at a horse and how to jump, then they had that
proper hurdlers.
They had it down to an absolute inch.
Yeah.
Right on the edge.
A bit like Easterbrook.
Yeah, Easterbrook actually fell.
Yeah.
But that's what they are. They are.
See how he would.
Yeah, they are on the edge, and both of those, in terms of the technique of hurling, they were right on the edge. But yeah, that's why Binocular and Synchronised was actually my favourite ever horse, though.
Favourite ever?
Yeah, because his mum, Mayasta, was the first horse I ever won on for JP in 1996 at the Punchestown Festival. You were born then. 7 years old. 7 years old, Charlie Austin. You can't remember that, yeah.
The quick maths then, yeah.
So, and then, for all the horses that you get to try and, you try and buy horses to win the Cheltenham Gold Cup, and Noreen bred Synchronised for him, the only Gold Cup winner he's had. So
Yeah.
So synchronised is the favourite. I say Hurricane Fly is just a pain in the backside. So
Yep. So hence why he's then there.
doesn't even deserve to be spoke about, to be honest.
But Matty, you've got Hurricane Fly then as number 3, but you've got Synchronised and Binocular, who've just been lauding there as your bottom 2. Binocular last, though.
Only because I can't split the someone has to go 4th and 5th. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Coulto, Desi and Fly bring much more to the table than the other 2 for me. So that's why someone's got to be 4th and 5th, Kate. Simple as that. Personal perspective. Yes.
But for Synchronised to go over to Ireland to win the Lexus Chase then, and then to go on to win a Gold Cup, I mean, to do that nowadays would be something. But even then, that was really quite something, though, for him. And he did just seem like a bit of a dude of a horse, though, as well. You know, he had those the face markings and everything. He just seemed a right character. But you're putting that to one side.
Yes, absolutely. I'm ignoring all that sentiment and still going my top 3.
Yeah, right. Charlie, who have you got as your bottom? Synchronised.
But just going off what you just said then, Kate, about going over there to Lexus, then coming over and winning the Gold Cup. Like, do you find that in these now, the horses that are happening now, they don't run in them races so much? Like, they seem to dodge over here. There's people that they don't race against each other, so we don't have these all the time.
I mean, to be fair, there has been a few horses, like actually Exotic Dancer won a Lexus. Paul Nichols won, I think, Neptune Collins. Demo win.
Best Mate went over.
No, Best Mate won, yeah. Paul Carby won.
Went over one.
But sorry.
Beef for Salmon beat Best Mate and won it, yeah.
But are you going to see that now? Are we going to see that now, like from going over there? We're not, are we?
Paul Nichols has tried it in recent years, not to much effect then.
Yeah, the listener won. The listener won.
Yeah.
Christmas. There has been English. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
But nowadays,
it's another story. But
would we be challenging? Would any of our grade one? If Brave Man's game
can't win the races here, Kate. Never mind going to Ireland. You know what I mean? So
we moan in March when they come. No chance.
I'm no genius around, but why go to Ireland to get beat when you can already get beat here by them?
And to go and get beaten in your backyard. So why not go over to Ireland and get beaten even further? Okay, guys. So I feel that we've covered our 5 horses quite well now. But obviously, we're talking about this and the festive period then in itself. Now, Afi, what was the festive period like for you? Of course, Christmas Day was probably an afterthought in comparison to the racing you had on Boxing Day.
As a jockey, you're actually thinking about what good rides you may have on Boxing Day and all that. And I was lucky enough, I won a King George and Best Mate, who was obviously a horse that won 3 Gold Cups. I won a few Christmas hurls and won a Welsh Grand National. So it is a great period in the racing season, and you get to see the best horses. You know, that's when the King George is such a prestigious race. It's a proper trophy, you know, and if you look at the great horses that have won King Georges, it is, and that's what I say. That's why Des Rock is the top to me, because I can remember as a child distinctly, as much as the exception probably of the Cheltenham Festival or the Grand National. Yeah, I remember watching all the King George. I remember, you know, all the King George winners and the excitements of what happened, and thinking about the good things that happened and the bad things, you know, the unlucky things like Barton Bank and stuff that Ray Maguire. So the King George is a proper trophy, if you ask me.
Yeah, the ultimate Christmas.
It is the best Christmas. I mean, obviously for the Welsh Grand National and all that, but the King George you normally see the best horses run the King George, and that's what it's all about.
That's a race that one of the races that got me into the sport first and foremost was the King George. So I totally agree with that. But Charlie, I guess for you as well, then we've touched upon it briefly there beforehand. Of being an athlete at this time of year is tricky. So not many Boxing Days you've actually got to really enjoy, or over the Christmas period. You again are very much focused.
Yeah, Christmas is nice when you have the kids and you do all that kind of stuff. That is nice, but you are thinking about what you're in. 9 times out of 10, you've trained in the morning.
Would you get to obviously you'd be playing football at the same time, whatever, but would you probably get to watch or see what one
bits of it, you know, like in the morning before you go out to warm up and stuff, you
have a little look.
And then when you come back in after, you'd watch it and always look at it. But it is tough. But like I said, it's Christmas time is an event, but it's the sporting event. Everybody comes to watch, don't they? Everyone goes to Kempton. Why? Because it's the best racing meet, and everyone goes to watch the football because it's a brilliant day out, and it gets families out of the houses and do what they need to do and see sport. So it's great on that side. But when you're enjoying it for what you're doing on the pitch and you're entertaining, really, same as you when you're trying to ride winners and ride horses for them to watch and entertain. So it's all about that side of it.
Do you have to train Christmas Day?
Yeah.
It is Christmas Day, same routine, prep for the match on Boxing Day.
Yeah, it's normally in and out, like, just in really early, train, prep, and then go. Although I have done it a couple of years ago for West Brom. We was in at 5 o'clock Christmas Day and travelled.
Must have been playing fairly average that day, were you?
That wasn't ideal.
That
wasn't ideal. We had Barnsley away.
Were you not having a great run at the time, no?
No,
I'll tell you what,
second, we were second,
okay,
the top.
So a really good run then.
The old violin's going to come out.
No, we was 5 o'clock, so woke up, had the Christmas Day and all that, brilliant, and then 5
go and play football.
Yeah, but it's 5 o'clock, and then it was in the hotel Christmas Day night, and then Boxing Day, you just get on with it.
At least the roads were clear on Christmas Day.
It's not ideal.
No.
It's just not ideal.
Massage and stuff like that.
Yeah. Physio.
Anyway.
No better day of the year to be on the roads, to be travelling than Christmas Day. Isn't that right, Batch?
Boxing Day, absolutely brilliant from a jockey's perspective. Watching the King George, the Christmas hurdle from Fontwell. But it did have its bonuses because obviously there's plenty of meetings on, so us lesser jockeys used to pick up the scrap. So it was a good little earner, Boxing Day, 4 or 5 rides at Fontwell. So yeah, great day.
Spares galore.
And going home for bubble and squeak.
Oh, wonderful. Well, for different perspectives then from Boxing Day and the Christmas period, more specifically then for our 3 panellists. But I think we've all come to the conclusion then that we're probably going to be putting Corso Star as our holiday hero.
Well, it's obviously a bit of an age thing, isn't it, really?
Apparently so. We didn't want to point it out again, AP, but
I'm on my own.
you are the standout in that sense.
Yeah.
So we're happy to put Corso Star number 1. I think Desert Orchid, are we going to go with as number 2 then? I'm basically just reading my own list off and deciding on behalf of us. Yep. And then I think that your general...
Yeah, your list is not actually bad, to be fair.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. So I will take that.
Not bad, to be
The compliment then that Kate's list is for number 1 with Hurricane Fly.
Personalised compliment from my
Exactly. I'll make the most of it. Right. They are our top 5 holiday heroes then. A big thank you to the lads for all of their hard work. Yet again, a big thank you to you for watching. This has been Inside Track the Debate, brought to you by William Hill. Make sure you stay tuned though, because we have plenty more content coming your way very soon. Well, a big thank you for watching Inside Track the Debate, brought to you by William Hill. And of course, we have plenty more content coming your way. And again, please do be gamble aware, 18+.